All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to Game 2 in a best-of-5 in the finals of the Game Replays Open Season number 1. I'm Harlequin here with 5-star General, and yeah, we saw AKI pondering a little bit about his hero choice, about the map choice, opting ultimately to take Calderas Refinery. But as you were just saying, yeah, Warp Spider Exarch and the Ravener Alpha both pretty evenly matched on this in terms of mobility.
Ooh, so we see a change from AKI this game. We're going to see 2x Termagants instead of 2x Hormagaunts. Yeah, so this will help AKI maybe a little bit deal with the grenades, because Hormagaunts, every single time they engage, the Guardians have to constantly be aware of those grenades. We're seeing that was a huge problem for AKI, and unfortunately that kind of led to part of his demise. Remember, he lost that early Hormagaun squad as well, so that was another issue. He blamed that on something or another. I'm not quite sure what, some kind of bug, but you know, not going to dwell too much on that. Again, that's why we have best-of-5 series for the finals, because we really want the best player to win. So that will give the, you know, usually the best chance of that. But nonetheless, we're going to see these dual Termagants. They're going to be able to sit a little bit further back from the grenades here. And so we see that Edtjuh sees that there is at least one X Termagant on the field. He should be seeing the second Termagant shortly. Yes, he will. So Edtjuh now knows he's facing a different build than he was before. And already, though, this one Termagant has to is forced off by the Warp Spider Exarch's very high damage per second there.
We've got a little bit of skirmish going on over here on the right between the Ravener Alpha, that Termagant squad, the Guardian squad, and the Howling Banshees. It looks like AKI, however, is opting to just kind of have a tactical retreat here.
Well, actually, he's kiting, and then he's waiting for Toxin Socks to allow him to cast.
A little bit of reinforcements. There we go.
Cast it on the Guardians. This is interesting.
Just to kind of keep them out of the battle, it looks like maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. The Guardians, though, are upgrading Battle Clements. They're going to have Grenade Spike ready soon.
And here comes the grenade. Oh, God.
Yeah,
and he's winding up.
Goes,
oh. Again, anticipating the Hormagaunts chasing him, and AKI, having experienced this once already firsthand, saw that one coming. Probably even just saw the model winding up to throw it and just immediately turned around.
Yeah, you know, it also could have been too. I was kind of, you know, watching that. It looks like if Edtjuh were really on his game there, he had time to cancel it if he was actually trying to hit something with it. I think it was, again, just more we saw this last game too, where he just kind of is continually going through with what I want to call those preventative grenades, just to absolutely positively make sure that they're not an issue, you know, that that it's not an issue really. And then also just to, I guess, also make sure that AKI knows that every single time that opportunity arises, that's what's going to happen. And I think later in the game you can do some mind games with that, where all of a sudden you can kind of scare stuff off without ever having to actually pop those. And so then you can start saving them. But early in the game, he wants to establish, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do.
I always throw grenades. When I throw a grenade, I throw it and I mean it, and just kind of train his opponent that that's the case. Once again, we've seen a little bit of a Guardian, the Guardian squad setting up an energy shield there. As the Warp Spider Exarch thinks about capping this victory point, and then thinks again and backs off a little bit. But we do have a double cap going on right now for Edtjuh, and the score is reversed, by the way. So Edtjuh is the red player, but he does have 2 blue victory points displayed at the top of the screen right now. 500 to 468 for AKI.
On the right side, we've got Hormagaunts versus Guardians. We got to watch out for the grenade. They actually saw the energy bar drain for a second there. They were thinking about tossing.
Yeah.
They keep turning around here. They keep thinking about tossing. They're going to lose. Remember, spike, grenade! And
4 units.
Squad.
You know, and it really looked like AKI responded pretty fast to that, but no, he just kept deking him back and forth and just kind of faking him out, and then throwing it. And even with pretty damn fast reflexes, there's still 4 units instantly killed by that grenade. Brutal stuff there. Nice little poison going off in the Howling Banshees. Howling Banshees trying to scream to suppress them a little bit, but a little late in that due to the poison sacks being used against them.
These Hormagaunts are down to 1 model. There's a grenade on retreat.
Oh!
Termagants!
Grenade once again. That's like an alley-oop or something in basketball. You know what I mean? That's just like a perfect assist. Those guys weren't even really involved in the battle at all. They just kind of walked on over, got in the retreat path, hucked a grenade, and just finished the deal. That was beautiful. Oh man, really good timing on that.
And you know, that all comes back down to, if you look at the map really quickly here, other than the Ravener Alpha capping at the very bottom from that tunnel over there, this all goes back to the map control that Edtjuh is, you know, displaying. He's pushed so far up on AKI that every time AKI is retreating or whatever, he's already in AKI's retreat pass. Everything is just so into AKI's base. There isn't much that AKI can do there. And again, we've got Hormagaunts pursuing Guardians, who are just going to retreat here. Either they're on cooldown or something there. But it looks like the Guardians on the middle victory point aren't in such a state, so we're going to have to see what they're going to do here.
Oh, you see them queuing up something, dropping the grenade on top of the
Drop it
Ravener
right
Alpha.
on the Ravener Alpha, who's quite low on health now. He's going to have to get out of there. He's going to be able to complete that cap if it weren't for that.
Yep, nice little denial there. And now we see the Shuriken weapons team out on the field as well, destroying that first Ravener tunnel, and then probably going to go up and maybe cap that victory point.
So these Raveners are really going to help Aki here. This is something that got out maybe a little late in the first game because of that original Hormagaunt loss. But we are seeing he's replacing the Termagant Brood rather than maybe saving up for another Ravener or saving up for tier 2 or something. But nonetheless, so this Ravener Brood kind of gives him well, I should say the Devourer Ravener Brood gives Aki a very nice high damage per second unit, very bursty and whatnot, that will really allow him to control those Guardians from range without having to close them with his Runegland Hormagaunts all the time.
Some improved targeters going up once again for the Warp Spider Exarch. Again, such a really, really strong upgrade for the Warp Spider Exarch in these kind of games. He just ends up contributing so much DPS to the battlefield that just kind of upping that is pivotal, especially when you have lots of little flimsy Tyranid units flopping around on the battlefield there.
Yeah, just a note, we will be seeing improved targeters get a slight nerf come next patch. It'll cost a little bit more, and the base damage of the Warp Spider Exarch will drop, so the damage on improved targeters should also be dropping. But right now we've got...
Oh, yes, yeah, go.
We got Banshees in the middle here. They're throwing down their little shout here, facing off against these Raveners and these Hormagaunts. These Guardians can't grenade without grenading the Banshees as well. We see as soon as the Banshees break off, though, Aki breaks off his force as well. Fear and grenades.
Double grenade. Oh, right on top. No.
The Ravener. I thought they were trying to get the Termagant server, but no, the Ravener is the target. Just a little early for the Ravener, though. A little bit tougher to hit a one-model squad or a hero than it is to actually hit a squad, because a squad, you've got a relatively big blob. You can hit, at least if you hit just part of it, you can usually kill some models. But the hero, you kind of got to hit it like right on the nose.
Again, keeping up with this no bluffing mentality though, of just like throwing it no matter what.
When he's got grenades, he's using them.
Warp Spider Exarch was up here trying to cap this victory point. Instead, just going to kind of stick to his guns, putting some nice fire onto these squads as they come up here. Great suppressing fire coming out of that Shuriken cannon, though. He's pretty much got the entirety of the Tyranid army in his sights, suppressing all of that.
Losing a model there, very low. I was going to say they were low in health, then they lost the model.
Yeah. Covering all the time here for these two Guardians to just kind of have their way with this power node up here. Very, very little map control right now for Aki. Edtjuh is pretty much on top of this game right now, mostly on his way to tier 2. Yeah,
we are seeing that another Ravener Brood is coming out here, so Aki is just going to stay in tier 1 here. He's probably going to put a Devourer on this Ravener Brood, try to really regain something here. We're going to have to see what Edtjuh does, whether he looks to consolidate this.
Using double grenades on the rest of that power node and then getting out of there, it looked like. That was odd.
That was quite odd. I'm not sure if this is just Edtjuh saying, I don't even need these to use against you now, or what. In fact, he's dancing in the middle. This is just bad. Edtjuh feels that he has this game right now, and he is just doing whatever.
Taunting his opponent. Taunting, playing mind games here in the middle, perhaps. It's definitely not over yet, but he's definitely... Oh! That's what he was doing. He was luring that. He was hurting them into one big ball so he could call an Artak in. That was brilliant.
Very nice response, though, by Aki. He spreads everything out, only takes a hit on his Ravener Alpha, which even then doesn't take much of a hit, and the Autark's forced off immediately.
I love the idea of that, like knowing he's going to call in an Autark, just sits there and bunches up the army a little bit more. Brilliant. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm continually entertained by all of this. Anyhow, the Ravener Brood, however, is pursuing this Warp Spider Exarch. We got quite a bit of Termagants backing him up right there with the Poison Sack, but it looks like the rest of Edtjuh's army is on the battlefield right now. Howling Banshee's getting a Banshee Exarch, by the way.
Yeah, there is... that'll just make them a much more durable, effective squad in melee combat at this point. It won't provide any kind of, extra... Well, it won't provide too much extra utility as far as anti-vehicle goes, because it doesn't seem like Aki is going to be threatening vehicles for quite some time yet.
Looks like we have Crippling Poison up once again on the Howling Banshees, and the rest... Oh, yeah, the Guardians now moving in, each upgraded with Warlocks. Putting some pressure, and you can see just retreating away before there is even a chance of a grenade spike or anything like that out there for him.
Yeah, that is just a little bit of a delay in action by Aki there to allow his forces to get out without taking any damage there. So, but he's in, again, a very bad position here. He's not had map control the entire game. He tried to push out and take some there, but his army is just relatively inferior to what Edtjuh's got on the field right now. Edtjuh has the tech advantage. We're going to see that he's going to be capable of going tier 3 whenever he wants very shortly. These Raveners right now are just getting laid into by these Banshees. Grenade right on top of these Termagants.
Oh, and they don't even move.
They eat it hard. Losing 6 models to it.
Crippling poison being used to just kind of keep those Howling Banshees just kind of stuck in front of Aki's base there for the time being. Meanwhile, we've got fighting happening on all sides, and the Ravener Alpha goes down, having tunneled back behind to try and put some pressure on that Shuriken Weapons team, it looks like. And we have a quit. Aki has conceded. So game 2 is going to go to Edtjuh. Just Aki immediately dropping out of the game right there with a 3-cap already on the field for Edtjuh there. So gonna move on to game 3 in a best of 5. This could be the final game depending on what Aki can muster.